Oh, missed it. Oh, let's try again, come on. Nice little fairway wood, let's hit a good one. Oh no! And that is the shot that we don't want to be hitting with our fairway woods or hybrids, the horrible top, because now I've got to go and hit it again, and I feel like I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to share a real simple way that I've shared with my students that are going to help you stop that shot. Before I share this little drill with you guys, remember, I want you to be a free subscriber to the channel. It's down there. And also, why not leave me a comment with something that you're struggling with in your game, and it'll feature in one of our next lessons. Let's take a look at the fix. So the reason why you end up hitting shots like that is because your club's not bottoming out at the right point. It's happening before the golf ball, so we're either catching the ground before, or by the time it's actually raising up, we get at the top of the golf ball, hence the topped golf shot. What we can do, a really simple thing, I did a video on this years ago about putting a T-peg in front, but another way that I've started to try and let my students think about this is about how the club feels as it's passing through after the golf ball. So if we imagined there's my address position, what I want to do, and you can do this at the range by putting your stick in the basket, but if I imagine now that I had this little stick that was just poking into the ground there, what I can now do is almost have like a little bit of a barrier that I can't swing up into, because one of the big problems when we have this shot is that as I take my golf swing, if I'm getting the ground early, I'm probably coming a little bit too much from the inside here. So I would hit the ground somewhere around here. Now I'm starting to raise up and I might get too much here. Alternatively, I am still steep, but again, I'm bottoming out and I'm bringing this club into there. So a real nice thing that we can start to do, even without the golf ball, if we imagine one's there, we've almost got to imagine as we swing through now, we want to try and keep that club head really low under the gate. So what you'll start to feel is almost that you're stretching down towards the ground after the golf ball. You won't get your normal feel of almost feeling that you're pulling up away from the ball there and getting that top of the golf ball. So have a couple of practice swings where you're just simply making some swings and brushing the ground and starting to actually go underneath this barrier. And what we start to achieve when we're having this feeling is this little brushing on the ground, almost feeling that we're mowing the lawn there a little bit. We're not taking a big slam down and falling back out of it. If you are on the golf course and you've not got one of these, a real simple way is almost to imagine that once you've got your club head in behind the golf ball, if you were to just pull it in, imagine you were almost just wiping the club along the floor here. And again, that generates that real stretch feeling. What it's also doing is making my weight actually shift a little bit more towards the target. I think a little bit of the secret sauce with this as well is that when we're using one of these, we want to take a divot, but after the golf ball. You're not trying to sweep up on it, you're trying to take a little divot. So imagine that club going through the gate low and extended beyond that golf ball. From there then we should start to see, instead of the tops, we'll get ball, and then we might get a little divot or a little brushing of the ground, which means I'm going to be hitting better fairway wood shots. Just like that one, nice and crisp. I've got a slight little graze on there, and what I've not done is that horrible top. I've got it down there, and that's a way that you're going to see more from your fairway wood. So feel low and extended as we're going through. Don't feel cramped and lifting. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in your next lesson very soon.